And you know what? You did right. Murphy's. Show her. I'll say something. Good morning. Good morning. It's July 2nd. Now y'all hear us? Good.
Yeah.
So what we were saying was Matt was just kind of, giving a lowdown on the
I was trying to hook the people in, but I can't hook the people in when they can't hear me. So basically, this is going to be one of those videos where new listeners tune in and they're like, "Oh, what is this?" Where? So go to the audio version because it's all recorded.
Give us a chance anyway.
Yeah. Do you yeah, they do here. Thank you very much, Jeannie. We definitely saw all the sound. Excuse me. It's because I don't do a checklist. I need a checklist.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Huh?
Now is the sound going in and out? I don't know. They can all hear us now. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hi, everybody. It's Kat. Good morning.
Spencer decked decks. All right. Trina's not happy. Carly and Drew, they totally boned each other. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
What else happened this week? Zeke is making no friends. Is basically what this is turning into. Where it's becoming a war. The Robinsons versus everybody. I don't know if this whole Curtis and Portia thing's going to work out.
It's looking promising right now.
Yeah. Kelly says that she was reading her lips, or my lips. So thank you very much, Kelly. Oh, goodness gracious. So Chandra adds check on Matt to her checklist. Oh, thank you very much, Chandra. I appreciate you adding me to your thing. Hey, Jacarius. Hey, everybody. Hello. What an awkward beginning here to the 10th floor. But that's what you get, right? That's what you get. I mean, start paying us. Pay us, and then, maybe we'll be more professional.
Yeah, we probably make mistakes then, do.
Yeah. What am I going to do? Extra work? Anyway, so I was basically my whole lead-in was building up to the very first thing that I want to talk about because I'm super excited about it, and there's no need to wait.
No, nobody needs to get off the elevator or nothing?
No, we're going to talk about it on the elevator, okay? Get out of the waiting room, get on the elevator, going all the way up to the 10th floor, and we're going to talk about, I guess, Drew's cellmate?
Yeah.
Or something? I don't know exactly how that's going to turn out, but Cyrus knows that Drew Kane is on the way, and he is excited for it.
Yes, he does. And evidently I don't know if he's got that prison guard in his pocket or that's just his buddy. Or maybe he's like sent that prison guard on a spiritual journey with him. But something's going on with that prison guard because he made sure he knew.
Yes.
Kane is arriving tomorrow.
Yes. And I'm very curious to see what the people in the chat have to say about it because, we got a full chat going. We got Chandra's here. Kelly's here. Hey, Chandra and Kelly. Liz is here. Hey, Liz. Who else is here? Lee's here. Melissa's here. Hi, Melissa. Let's see. Jacarius. Hi, Jacarius. We said hello. Lee, I already said hello. Carolyn is here. Daisy's here. Let's see. Vinny from Suds in the Squared Circle podcast is here. He finally got a Sunday morning off. So happy 4th of July for everybody. So get on in here. Get on in here. Veda, get on in here. Yeah, everybody.
But I've got a few other names I'd like to mention.
Please do.
Okay. If you happen to be on the elevator, we met you guys at the convention. And I just wanted to say, hey, Quartermania Kathy, hi.
Hi.
Bobby, hi. I loved your rendition on when you did karaoke. I loved it. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Emily. Hi, everybody.
All of these people that said hello to us at the convention. So, if we're ever at a GH event and you're there too, come on down, say hello. Yep. Oh, goodness gracious. Soap fam. Anyway, so yes, Reverend Uncle Cyrus, the loving ponytail, the warp shipful ponytail, the ponytail of redemption. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. So, because we know nothing other than he's taken to the Bible
I
and
don't
Laura's
know what to
changed his
make
life.
of it either. Now, what was he? I don't remember. I should have watched it again this morning too. What he said he said a scripture, a verse
Help us out, chat.
on Thursday.
Yeah. And it wasn't one of the super famous.
Thursday.
Was it one of the famous ones? Was it like John 3:16 said? Because then I think that you should know that one.
No, it wasn't. But they showed him. It was just like 5 or 6 seconds. He said that line. He was reading a scripture, read a verse. That was it. He kind of look at the camera and smile with a wry kind of smile. And then later on in the episode is when he was talking to the prison guard. And Andrew was arriving.
So excited. Jeannie's not a Cyrus fan, but that's okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's trying to make Drew be his cellmate.
I don't know. So what we don't know what we're getting with Cyrus still. I'm excited to see him because I enjoy Jeff Kober as an actor. I enjoyed the Cyrus Renault arc, the big arc that we got. His first and only arc, really, at this point. I was a big fan of everything that they did there, so I'm excited to see anything and everything that they have coming next and coming back or whatever's on the horizon, whether it be good guy or bad guy. I don't know. I don't care. I'm here for it. So please give it to me. Feed it to my eyeballs. I'm ready for it. Kelly says that he's in the previews for Monday. So I don't know how much Cyrus we're going to get, but I'm happy that I was right that we're going to get him. And I didn't sit here on the internet lying about why they had that set up.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he's coming in because it's like, oh, this is my opportunity to, manipulate the system into letting me go because they think I'm a good guy now, or any other number of different things.
So you think that we're going to have Cameron? So you don't think Cameron's filmed his? You don't think we've seen Cameron for the last time before his little departure to go do his
something in the chat last week about there still being like 2 or 3 weeks left of Cameron Matheson scenes.
So, but his Port Charles scenes are over.
His Port Charles scenes are over, and remember how last week they're like, we only have 1 more week left, 1 week, and it was like 1 episode.
Yes, they sped through that week, didn't they?
Yeah. So week is a day, day is a week. They've totally leaned into that. They decided that, and so whatever. Because maybe it wasn't 1 episode, but it was only a few. It was a few, and then I saw some people were not happy with Drew's choices again. I mean, first of all, he's doing this, and most of the people in the chat, 58% of those polled in the 10th floor live chat says that Drew is not doing the right thing. However, 41% says that he is, and that's a higher number than I expected to come out.
Me too.
Yeah,
so. A higher number I would expect as well. Because, I don't think neither one of I don't think either one of them should have got by with it. And I don't think one of them should pay for it, really. I think his sentence is too harsh. But the fact that she's just got by with it and didn't have no repercussions.
There's one repercussion. What it comes down to is
she's not going to be able to see her boyfriend.
For me, the punishments that these 2 characters facing, Drew and Carly, are they're in the wrong hands. Basically, they should be swapped. It should be Drew that has the fine and Carly that's going to prison because Carly did the worst half of the insider trading. Drew did nothing, honestly. Yeah.
They tried to talk her out of doing that.
Yeah, all that.
She did it anyway. But they also should have anticipated that she would have done it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know because yes, Carly's crazy. We'll just say all these characters are crazy. Okay, we'll just say crazy. We'll just assign crazy to every single one of them because that's really the only thing that all of these people have in common is that they're just absolutely bonkers, all of them.
Yeah, and they're overwhelming. Their overwhelming drive to lie.
What I want Drew to come out of jail, and I want there to be a shift in how we're approaching this, okay? Because I understand that we got good guy Drew, okay? And everybody's like, oh, Drew's a good guy. He's doing a good guy thing. And that's how he's being treated. That's how this thing's being approached, with the exception of like Sam, who's like, what are you doing, you crazy idiot? You know, but I want that opinion to kind of permeate through the rest of the cast when Drew comes back, and for them to have to like sit him down and let's bring Monica back in to you know have a Lila inspired like speech where she's just like, why do you not want to have anything for you? What is this chipping of yourself off little bit by little bit to every single person until there's nothing left of Drew Kane? What's going on with that, buddy? Let's do the story. Let's do the story of overcompensation after being gone for so long, and that's his PTSD.
I like it.
Let's do it, folks. Let's do it, GH. Let's get there. Let's stop being so surface level. Let's dig into something. Unless Cameron Matheson can't handle it because he's too busy baking detective mysteries.
I don't know.
Chandra says that Scout is going to be messed up as an adult. She'll need therapy. And I'm there with it. I think so.
Well, that's pretty much a guarantee. If you're born to any family in Port Charles, you're going to need some therapy.
I mean, how long until Scout goes to somebody else's house and she's like, well, you know, I mean, listen, mommy, I'm going to go live here now because this woman is somebody that I respect. She's somebody that that I admire. She's somebody that I know would be a good mother to me. And since I can just have any father and my dad can give me to anybody because he likes and respects them, I think that since I like and respect Elizabeth, I'm going to go live with her now and she's going to be my mommy. How do you think about that?
Yeah, why not?
And then she'll need to be going to therapy.
Yeah.
I guess. Bradford.
Yeah, so I guess Drew, you know, I didn't mind the whole, yes, they needed to show us Drew and Carly, you know, professing their love to each other physically before he goes off to jail. Absolutely. Yes. We needed to see that.
All right, I think I need to settle some information that's in the chat that's going through right now when it comes to the real world and when it comes to writer strikes and actor strikes and all that kind of stuff. GH is not stopping. GH is continuing. The writers have the actors have a separate subcontract essentially with the Screen Actors Guild, which requires them to continue to work. They don't really have a choice on it, so they can't join the picket line if they so choose. Otherwise, they're going to be in violation of their contract and potentially have to lose their job or their spot in the union. So that I mean, one, cool, we continue to get soaps. Two, it sucks that they really can't march with their friends. Second thing is, writer strike is continuing on. Currently, General Hospital has writers in the room writing scripts and writing episodes. They're just not the same ones that had been writing the last couple of years. So I don't know what that's going to look like. But GH is continuing to be produced, is continuing to be written. It is going to continue to have the cast that we have seen on it. And then when it comes to any sort of studios going dark or anything like that, it is simply because it's July.
Mm-hmm.
We are on a planned hiatus when it comes to General Hospital production. Yeah. And that's that.
And that's that.
But they'll be back. They'll be back in a couple of weeks. It's just a summer break. It's what they do. Jeannie Francis is already gone. She's already in Europe or wherever she goes.
No, she's probably on her vacation.
She out of here. Laura jumped on an airplane and left.
Yeah.
She gone.
She did.
Leaving Spencer and Esme all to their lonesome with only Marty and Lucy to make sure they're keeping their heads on straight.
No, right?
Oh man, that's two people.
Oh.
Some of the real writers need days off too. Of course they do. That's why they have so many. They have so many writers contributing to General Hospital, which also might contribute to some of the weirdness that we see where like Laura recruits Jordan twice to be the deputy mayor, and that happened twice on the show.
Mm-hmm.
It just happens sometimes. What do you think about all that, though, Ma? You excited for the changes in general in Port Charles government? Maybe it's just time to mix it up, right? I mean, Laura's been mayor for so long.
Well, it is time to. I don't. But they still show Jordan in the police in her regular
got to
office.
be transition. You know, a week is a day is a week. So
yeah. That's true. Well, I don't know. You know, Jordan is they have given her a little bit more with with the whole Zeke thing and her falling to bed with Zeke and all that. You know, so they're giving her more stuff, but they've just portrayed Jordan so much as a police officer, just longing for Curtis for so long. It's kind of hard to know. It's kind of,
Well, this is a chance for us to really get to know more about Jordan.
Yes.
I mean, this character's been on the show since like 2016.
Yeah, she gets upset and stuff, but she's still pretty self-aware and keeps herself in check.
Was Jordan around before Curtis?
Yes, I think so.
Because I remember that she was like dating Andre and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. You tell me.
I believe they showed us that she knew Taggart first.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, definitely wasn't watching
because they were in the whole drug sting thing together.
But that was later. That was during Cyrus's whole run thing. Unless they had a pre-story.
Previously, they did too. I mean, that they were on the same drug sting thingy for probably a year.
Okay. So that was worked into the show before all of the Cyrus stuff. All right, cool. Whatever. I mean,
anyways,
I guess it's just time to shake it up when it comes to Port Charles City Hall.
Sounds to me like they're just trying to make Jordan have a few more.
Let's do something else with her. Yeah. Let's stick her as new drama, new avenues, new ways, new people to interact with, new everything for Jordan Ashford.
And I don't think the Jordan Zeke thing is over either.
No. They might have that angsty thing where they have to come together and split apart and come together and split apart. Maybe they'll just become, friends with benefits.
Yes.
Somebody gets pregnant. TJ's like, how are you pregnant, Mom? I'm 38. I am 38 years old. How are you pregnant, Mother?
Well, I think she was supposed to be super, super young when she had TJ.
But they never went like the Olivia Falconeri route and said, I was 15 years old, Sonny. I was 15 years old when you did this to me.
No, they never did that.
Maybe Taggart will take over as commissioner. I think that's the plan. I would love to see it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Fans of Taggart.
Yes, I'm a big fan of the thing that we've seen Rael do in the last 3 weeks. I'm all for seeing so much more of him.
Yeah. Plus, we're gonna have some time to fill now that El Spencer's getting kicked out. Nicholas Chavez.
Well, he's not leaving.
They're showing him the door. All right. They're saying, get the hell out of here.
I wonder about all, because I know he got that big movie role, right?
I'm sorry, what?
He got a big movie role.
It's a series. It's a Netflix
series. Exactly. It's a series. It's for Netflix, and he's going to be playing one of the Menendez brothers.
Yeah, big story from way back when.
And so, and the same director, and I don't know.
So it's a Ryan Murphy show. This is the show is called Monster. It's going to be the second season of the show called Monster. The first season was that big popular Dahmer show that was on last year.
And I watched that, and it was good.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it.
It was actually really good.
You know what it is? It got to my sensitive little heart because I read an article about how wrong it is to just make a show about that. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe it is wrong. Maybe we shouldn't be glorifying these things, even if it is from the victim's perspective. But no, I never got around to watching it.
So I think as physically at least, he gonna pass for that Menendez brother. He's gonna look good.
I know. Just to clarify for chat, I know that he's not gone. I was being facetious. They're not showing Nicholas Chavez to the door. But no, he got cast in this big Ryan Murphy thing, and so basically this is you can call this the beginning of the end.
So I'm
just going to be negative about it.
No, don't do that. I was wondering though, because I read that he got that role, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah, absolutely,
absolutely, so happy for him. I think that's going to be a big deal for his career, actually.
Oh yeah, it's a huge move. It's a huge move. If there's anything that's going to launch him to whatever next there is for Nicholas Chavez, this is it. And really, when it comes down to it, Ryan Murphy really likes to use the actors that he uses, and so he now Horror Stories on the Table and any other number of different projects that Ryan Murphy does is available to him. And Ryan Murphy does a lot more than you would suspect. American Horror Story has been the thing that's been consistent and on for the longest time, but he did Glee, he did Pose, he did Monster. He's done all kinds of different types of shows that have been very popular. So who knows what is in the future for Nicholas Chavez, but definitely congratulations to him. Emmy Award winner, I mean, very popular, very handsome, has a fan base already that's going to support him.
Does.
So, you know,
It does.
it's good for him. Absolutely.
I think
General Hospital, I think, has already said we are not going to recast Spencer. Relax, everybody. When it's time for him to go and film this, which who knows when it's going to be? Is it even written? I don't know.
exactly. That was one of my questions. That was one of my questions. Is it even written? If it's written, they can go into production anytime they wanted to, right?
Yeah.
But
pretty
then,
much.
but at the same time, though, wouldn't they need a writer's staff of some sort for rewrites, for tweaks, whatever, going forward?
Yeah, I mean,
Because they're not going to try to film it like GH, boom, boom, boom,
no,
boom.
no.
They're not going to be under that. So
I
they're
would say
going to
that it would be delayed.
themselves.
If it's not finished being written, I would say it's going to be delayed.
But you would think that even if it's being finished written, they would need a writer on there to
maybe not.
I don't
Maybe
know.
I don't know how that works.
I don't know.
But if it's done, then it's done.
But I did not hear that GH said that they won't recast.
Yeah. So they said
I hope that's true.
Now, I haven't seen it on soapoperanews.net, which is our #1 primary source for making sure that we have legitimate confirmed information, which I haven't seen it on there yet, but I have seen in the rotation somewhere that General Hospital is already like, pump your brakes, folks. Don't stop watching the show because the Sprina fandom is either throwing fireworks and celebrating or having a literal meltdown.
I saw some folks on Twitter having themselves like a real man, had some colorful language in their post.
between Nicholas Chavez
having a meltdown.
Between Nicholas Chavez's temporary hiatus that is coming in some unknown amount of time, and how unfairly we're treating Trina. It seems as though there's trouble on the Sprina ship. I don't know. It's weird commentary for me to make about fan groups and how they're engaging with the show. But I see a lot of it on Twitter, so it's kind of hard to avoid.
And I wonder too. I was wondering about the writer's strike thing too, and I was just wondering how long would he be gone to do this? I mean, this is. I mean, I watched the Dahmer one, and it is several parts. Kind of like, what they used to call a miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
So, he could be potentially gone for a minute. He could. They might have to, I don't know. They could make him in a coma or something. They could.
Yeah, well, he's such a hothead. He's just going to have to go to jail or something.
Well, the only bad thing about sending him in jail is, I mean, jail scenes are always so damn juicy. He wouldn't have any jail scenes.
It's true.
Yeah.
Just one day he's gone. They go to wake him up. Spencer, your pancakes are ready. Spencer? Huh? And he's just gone for 8 months.
Or they could even have him go on some kind of, I don't know, where he loses his share of raising Ace, and he goes to find himself, something like that.
Yeah.
They could even do that.
Chandra, I didn't know that about the AI thing. Chandra says that she listened to an interview yesterday where a writer for a non-soap said that some studios are generating AI scripts and then asking writers to tweak them, and the writers are not in favor of that.
Oh my God, that's a horrible idea. That's a horrible idea. And the reason why is, what if they decide that this is working?
Well, that's the goal. So AI learns. So anything that you put into it, it's going to remember forever, and it's going to make it better. So everybody that's contributing to Chat GPT prompts and asking it to do all these little things, you're feeding it information for it to be a better thinker. And eventually, yeah. So if these AI scripts come out and then writers tweak it and they pump that back into the AI, and then it pumps out scripts and the writers tweak it and pumps that, but eventually the cycle will be that the AI is going to pump out what the writers would write.
Yeah, but then what if they decide that, well, we don't even need them fellas no more?
That's the point. That's what they want to do. That's why the writers are on strike right now.
That's
because that's what they see. That's what they see on the wall. In 10 years from now, we won't have jobs at all because of the direction that things are going today. So we have to stop it right now.
And you know what? And the first thing that popped in my mind when you said that was, how are you going to effectively write this kind of drama with no soul behind it.
So here's the thing. And this is something that I've been thinking about too. And this maybe even could be a special G8 or a special 10th floor episode where we just talk about this nonsense for an hour. As it stands right now, General Hospital is not very deep. This stuff could get pumped out by an AI and still be able to hit the same emotional beats, because we're really not going there with anything. Willow was on her deathbed for a month, and we had no exploration of that in any real sense. You know, she sat there in that bed looking good.
Yeah.
And said, "Everybody get along before I die." Oh, good, I'm not gonna die. Like it wasn't there was no depth to it.
Yeah.
People were entertained by it. They loved to see Willow and Michael together. They like those scenes, or they don't. You know, take your pick for it.
Mhm.
But there was levels that story did not even attempt to achieve, that I feel like a show like All My Children would have explored to death.
Well, yeah, but back in the day, though, back then, scenes were longer. Now scenes are very
Right.
short.
So the whole point I'm saying is that since they're short and since they're not very deep and all that kind of stuff, you really could get an AI that doesn't have much of a soul or any soul pumping out this stuff and having the actors read it, and we're probably still going to get about the same level of exploration of the human condition. I'm not saying that I'm not entertained. I mean, this isn't a huge gripe. I'm not saying I'm turning off the program or anything.
Yeah.
But when it comes to what the humans are doing for General Hospital, and this might be super controversial for me to say, an AI could spit out what GH is doing right now. And that's a knock against the humans,
you're right, but I just don't like it.
No, you shouldn't like it. And that was not complimentary at all.
Yeah.
What I just said was not a nice thing. Don't take it as such. Traverse wants to know, why is Spencer's impulsiveness growing? It's growing because he's a crazy hothead who's finishing puberty, doesn't know how to manage his emotions, doesn't know how to manage his hormones, doesn't know how to leave a previous relationship behind, clearly. That's why he's losing control. He's been so hurt by Nicholas. He's been so hurt by Esme. Grandma is leaving some unknown amount of time, leaving me here with Esme, and I'm gonna have to be the dad brother to my dad.
Yeah. and Kevin took off with her. I don't even have him.
Yeah. Lee doesn't agree with me, and that's all right, Lee. I'm here for it. Tell me why specifically in the chat, though. I'm very curious to see the other side.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that scene with him and Esme on Friday was too, they were getting along a little too well.
So yeah, and so that's another reason why people are having issues when it comes to the pairing of Trina and Spencer. They're having a lot of angst. They're having more trouble than most. When it comes to the turmoil in a relationship, I would say that Trina and Spencer are probably facing the most when it comes to how it's affecting their interactions with each other. Drew and Carly are about to not see each other for 3 years, but they're fine. It doesn't seem like they're going to miss each other very much. Trina expects a lot more out of Spencer than what Spencer is giving.
Yeah.
And she has never shied away from saying that to somebody, though.
No.
Never.
Trina, Trina now will tell you exactly how she feels, and will tell you exactly how you have, if you've messed up, she will tell you. She don't put up with a lot of stuff. How many times now have we heard Trina say something like, "I can't stand you when you do this kind of stuff"?
Yeah.
That's a Spencer constantly.
Yes, she says it Spencer constantly.
Like she said, it's like, Greenland didn't even happen, didn't even matter. That's what she said. And then, and then that's more commentary that I saw online as well, where people are like, well, Greenland was so beautiful between the two of them. They were just so in love, and now we're back here, and this is what we're getting. How come they're sabotaging the relationship? I want to point to a couple that is no longer very popular, but was once the pinnacle of what you wanted to be in when you were doing a soap opera, and that is Luke and Laura. Luke and Laura, when they were on Adventure, holy smokes. Everybody loved them. 10 out of 10. We can't get enough of these two. Their love is amazing. I want it. I need it in my life. Give me more, give me more, give me more. And when they're at home...
when they were doing domestic stories, people were like, what is this boring drivel? I hate this. Why are they ruining this couple?
Oh yeah, I mean, Luke and Laura had a huge fan base, and they still do. But you're right.
He seemed.
If they weren't on some kind of adventure, if someone wasn't trying to kill them, if it wasn't, some very charged thing wasn't happening, they were boring as all get out.
Yeah. So I'm not bored by Spitzer and Trina though, not right now.
And you know what they did back then too? It wasn't. So they started writing them differently when the two of them were still on the show, and especially when they came back to the show.
Yeah, like early 90s.
Yeah, because they left individually before. They've been back and forth quite a bit.
They came back with a kid.
Yeah, and all that stuff. So they did not write Luke and Laura with adventures anymore because Lucky was there and stuff, and the dynamics had changed. They made Laura very, domesticated. They didn't really give her. I mean, she did some stuff with Mary Ward and did a lot of like community stuff and stuff, but they didn't have they dressed her like she was on Little House of the Prairie all the time.
She was being a mom.
But they wrote Luke with lots of adventure and lots of stuff and lots of excitement and stuff. They just stopped writing them together that way.
Yeah. So, when it comes down to it, I think that there's room to explore how these actors can work together when it comes to the type of scenes that they can pull off. That'll be interesting. When it comes down to it, this is a soap opera. I don't know what people want. I was talking to Angela. Outside of the show, Angela from soapoperanews.net. And major contributor to the chat, and we were observing that that perhaps there is a bit of an expectation for some viewers that we're going to get a Hallmark movie resolution to things, because we see a lot of similarities in Hallmark movies to soaps. We see a lot of actors in that crossover Hallmark movies to soaps, and so the theorizing just in conversation that there might be some bleed through when it comes to story resolution expectation. You have Spencer and Trina, they fall in love because they have this big boat adventure, and now they're supposed to live happily ever after because they had this big come together. It took them a year or more. They were both kidnapped. They rescued each other at the last moment. There was a big explosion, a leap into the arms. This is it. This is the happily ever after. The credits should be rolling now because this story is over.
So do you think the fans, and especially now that they know that Nicholas Chavez at least going to be leaving for a short while at least, do you think that the fans, the Sabrina fans, just really, really want to get that end game of the two of them together in the bed and some happiness there, see some love and joy for a little bit, and they want to see that before Nicholas takes off and has to go do, and does his great opportunity.
I'm going to say right now that Travois will get thrown out of this chat if he doesn't clean up his language. Thank you. All right. Anyway, back to it.
Yeah. So do you think that's what Sabrina fans would like? Sabrina fans would like to see...
Sabrina fans want to see Sabrina and not fight each other, is pretty much. They want to see them in unison with one another.
Oh, I don't know, though. When they went to the Highlander, right?
The Highlander?
The bars. Highlander? The bar. Yeah.
Like this week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Charlie's.
Not Charlie's. No, they went in there thinking they're gonna, and I love the idea that they put Sam and Dante in there too.
Mm-hmm.
And they just happen to be going for a beer. And that's totally something that Sam would do too, I think, was like, because that was her choice to go there.
Yeah.
Sam is a dive bar kind of girl because, that's where she used to run her scams on all the crapola, back in the day. Look for her next victim.
Yes. Now, that was good. I liked it. I kind of like the blending of the characters in that scene because we really don't usually get Sam and Dante involved in this sort of stuff. And so to have Dante there and kind of have to like wrestle the situation down a little bit and just, I thought that was good.
And I love that as they were leaving, he was like, I don't even know how many of you guys are 21 years old. And Josh kind of looked over his shoulder like, ooh, let me get out of here.
Yeah, but Spencer. Another thing that we need to
I
remember
loved
about
it.
Spencer, okay? He's got a double whammy. He's got a double whammy of family lineage. All right, he's Cassidine Corinthios, essentially. Um,
Yes.
so Sonny will throw a highball glass into a fireplace when he's slightly aggravated. Spencer decided he didn't like Dex a long time ago, and so he's just gonna punch him.
Hmm.
It's a Sonny thing.
And actually, and him punching Dex this time was so unprovoked.
Absolutely unprovoked. He just
Really
doesn't like it.
unprovoked this time. I
Dex,
don't think Dex did anything.
well, no, other than being the face that Spencer has decided is what kicked Cameron out of town, ruined Cameron's
Absolutely.
life.
Yeah, I
Is
absolutely.
too I don't know the phrasing. He's carrying himself too highly for the position he has in life. Because
Yeah.
Spencer is kind of classist, you guys. I don't know if you've noticed that. He's a bit of a classist. If Trina wasn't supremely into art, I'm not so sure he'd be really as into her as he is, because that is a very hoity-toity,
Mhm,
high-end interest
mhm.
to have.
Yes.
If she was like, I like comic books, like Rory did, Remember how much down he talked? Oh, he gave you a comic book. Oh, he's taking you to a
Uh-huh.
Comic Con. Oh, well, here's a book
Yeah.
from your favorite artist. It's
Yes.
not your favorite artist. It's your favorite artist. You know what I'm
Well,
saying.
he's a good gift giver, just like that gift he gave Curtis 2 weeks ago
If
was
you had
excellent.
an unlimited amount of money,
Oh, sure.
anybody would be an amazing gift giver.
That's true. But can't be send in like a lot of folks that got some money, got an assistant, whatever, they send them out and go get so and so something nice.
Like that movie
Okay.
Liar Liar with
Well,
Jim Carrey. His
yeah.
assistant got baseball stuff.
But it wouldn't be the same.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Wouldn't have the same thoughtfulness of the choice of your gift.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
So yeah, I thought it was and then Dex, he gets Spencer gets a shot in there, and then Dex tells him, I mean, won't be so lucky next time, said something to him. If you swing at me again, I'm gonna whip my
How
ass.
many times has Dex allowed Spencer to punch him with really no repercussion? And we're
Right?
talking. This is he's a former Marine or whatever. And he's in Sunny's. He carries Jason's gun. I mean, at any moment, Dex could have been like, "I had enough of you, punk." The only thing keeping you alive is the fact that Sunny would be very
Oh,
mad
I
at me.
think if it wasn't for Jocelyn, he'd have beat the tar out of him. I mean, like really beat his ass real good if it wasn't for Jocelyn. Because he only hit him 3 times there in the bar.
Only 3 times.
He's down there on the
Oh
ground now.
goodness.
He had the wind knocked out of him. He could hardly even breathe. And when he finally stood up, he was talking to Dante, and he's like, I loved it.
Well, he got him. He got him, and he deserved it. He deserved it. He deserved it. He deserved it.
That was
Come on. If
actually
you can't see
really
that he
fun.
didn't deserve it, then you
That was
are being far too forgiving of Spencer Cassadine, okay? This
he,
guy came in, and you know what he did? He laid on a beach towel. He looked up at a very pretty girl. He just said, hey, my name's Victor. All right? He hasn't been doing the right thing since day one.
right.
Right? Hi, my name's Victor. You don't recognize me because I am half the size as I'm going to be 3 years from now. Now this,
Yeah,
I wonder.
they give us lots of opportunities to see him without a shirt now, don't they?
Well, that's because
Yeah.
that's why he did it.
And the makeup job on the bruises, right underneath his pectoral there,
Mm-hmm.
that was a pretty good job of the makeup team. That looked good.
The chat agrees. Spencer absolutely deserved it. Absolutely.
No, because it was just so unprovoked. I mean,
Now,
what was Dex did Dex give him a little advice? Of course he did. He
of
gave him a
course,
little advice. However, but what was Dex supposed to sit there, sit at the table and not
no.
say a word the entire
Dex
time?
is still only human. He could only take so much,
He
and
didn't do
eventually
that.
Jocelyn's gonna have to be like, all right, sick him. Like eventually she's got to let the leash go,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, pretty soon. Yeah, pretty soon she's gonna let the leash go. Exactly.
I think Daisy has hit it straight on the head though, because Daisy says that at this point, Dex and Spencer have to be related. And like we talked about last week or 2 weeks ago or something, I am all for Dex being Courtney's kid. I'm so for that. It is beyond crazy how for that I am.
That would be delicious. They would be brothers.
I would so be into Dex and Spencer. Of all of the different family possibilities that existed for Dex up to this point, my favorite one is that.
Yeah. That would be super fun for Dex to be Courtney's kid. That would be fun.
I want it. I need it. Give it to me. We can have Courtney's ghost come through because she came through once already, right? Didn't she was the one that got shot, or is that a different person?
No, she came through.
Yeah, she came through as a ghost, right?
Yeah, she came through as a ghost. Talked to Spencer when he was the old Spencer still.
Yeah. We can do it. Come on, bring her back. Bring her back as a ghost again. Be like, Spencer, honey, you've let me down so much. Because of you, I'm no longer in heaven. No, I'm in it.
It would be kind of crazy too. Would be kind of crazy too if it turned out that Courtney is indeed Dex's mother, but one of those Quartermaine boys is his dad.
I just don't want the connection to the Quartermaines. I just don't.
You don't want the connection.
I don't want the connection to the Quartermaines. All right, listen. All right. We've had enough effing Quartermaines. Okay, holy smokes, we've had enough Quartermaines. We can leave that family alone for a minute. I'm good without it. I'm really, 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 really good without it. And even then, I think that it's so much easier to make him Courtney's kid than it is to figure out how a Quartermaine had a kid with Courtney and they never said so. Oh yeah, as it turns out, he did bone AJ a bunch. Oops, I forgot to mention it when I was alive. You know, like.
Well, Courtney, she did some bed hopping when she was on there.
Okay, I just for me, I don't want it.
Okay.
I can see
I'd like it either way.
Stain. Exactly.
I'd like it either way. But I do love the idea.
Okay, Melissa reminds us that she was married to AJ and Jason. The only other option would be Jax, which of course, because of Joss, is says Melissa.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I didn't watch Annie Courtney, so I really don't know what she did other than.
No, it can't be. It can't be. I don't think General Hospital is going to do that. Some big, long, and incestuous love affair that you didn't know. No, I don't think GH is going to do that.
Carolyn says that Dex should have been Jason's son, and there's still time. Maybe he is.
Maybe he is.
Yeah.
Maybe he is.
Unless Spencer and Dex are twins, he can't be Nicholas's. No, I don't think that he's Nicholas's kid. No, he's just Courtney's kid.
I think he's a little bit older than.
Yeah. He's the oldest of the young adults. He's like the 26-year-old amongst all of the 20-year-olds.
I think he's a little bit older, and you recall Courtney wasn't a child on that show. She came to the show as like a older teen, didn't she?
I have no idea.
She could have a falconary baby. You know, had her at 15, had another one at 15.
Really, I don't know. They can tell us though. Oh goodness gracious. There was something in here that I wanted to see. Spencer thinks he can get away with everything. No, he cannot. Now you got me thinking about him like a sexy little Tootsie Pop, and I really don't understand what you mean, Melissa. That is weird to say. I'm just going to say.
How many licks does it get to the middle of a Tootsie Pop?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know when it comes to Spencer.
A 1, a 2, 3. That's how many.
I don't think there's anybody in the cast that I'd be interested in knowing that. Anyway. Courtney was about 20, says Melissa. So, you know.
Yeah, she was young.
She left a 2-year-old behind to come to Port Charles.
Exactly.
Because she just didn't know what to do.
Exactly.
Courtney and Jason were a good couple, says Basilini. I don't know.
I don't remember her with Jason that much. I remember her mostly with Nicholas and Jax.
I remember posting a picture of Courtney on Twitter and being like, what was everybody's favorite Courtney memory? And like 80% of the people responded when she died. So
oh my gosh.
I guess she wasn't a very popular character amongst the Twitter fan base, at least. Watch your language matter. Chandra might put me in timeout. I didn't actually swear, did I? I think I said F word, effing or something. And I'm the host, I can swear. And I wasn't swearing at somebody. So there's a big difference there. Let me tell you that, Kelly. Looks like I need more drinking than I do. I need somebody to refill my Star Trek coffee. Rock de Gino.
Well, see, I needed myself another cherry 7-Up.
Yeah.
and mysteriously one showed up.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Hey, Otherworldly. Oh, Otherworldly's live. Otherworldly, you usually comment. I hope you continue to comment because I love to see them, but I'm happy to see you here live. Courtney and Jason were pretty big. He quit Sunny for her, and Courtney, quote unquote, miscarried Jason's son. So, hey, maybe we can get two people being happy. It could be Jason and Courtney's kid. How about that?
Well, like I said, one of them Quartermain boys.
Yes, that is a Quartermain boy, isn't it? I rarely think of Jason as a Quartermain unless I need to. And who needs to think about Jason as a Quartermain? Not me.
Not
me.
But I always said that I'd have been okay with him getting head on the head for a little while and reverting back to sweater vest Jason.
Maybe that's what's going to happen because he took a lot of rocks to the head in Greece. So,
but then again, I don't want to give away black t-shirt, silver gun Jason either.
somebody in the middle. Somewhere in the middle, yeah. You know what, Melissa? You're right. We should talk about Eddie Maine.
Eddie Maine.
Eddie Maine, according to Melissa. Nedwood,
yeah.
Nedwood. So how do you feel about this, Ma? All right, okay. So because we do have another character that has active memory issues on the show right now, and that's Esme. And so now we have two at the same time. Are you okay with that? First things first. Are you feeling comfortable with that choice?
The only thing that makes it okay is they are so different.
Yeah,
even
they're very
same
different.
kind of storyline, but they're very different. The portrayal of them are very different. So that's what makes and they don't.
Because Esme doesn't remember anything. Ned has a new personality knocked into his brain.
Right. So it's a very different angle on the same story. So I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I really, really, really want Lois to come back. That would be so fun.
You know, so they showed that picture of Lois, and in order to do that, you have to pay the actor. I don't think that General Hospital is in the practice of paying the actor unless they intend to have something important come from that. Otherwise, it's not a wise investment of your money to just show a picture to make the people go, oh, look, Lois. You know? Right. So...
And very often, too, if they mention the character on the show, very often they'll come back. And they did mention her a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so
actually said Lois because they're showing the picture.
Well, they were talking about
her.
So I don't know if you recall, I definitely recall because I knew what was going to happen because I was spoiled at the convention as to what was going to happen with Ned. But that made me able to look for foreshadowing, which I was able to do in a conversation that he had with Olivia just before he had his slip and tumble. He was talking about the good old days in New York and being Eddie Maine and Lois and all of that, and then he then leaves to go prepare some sort of balcony romance thing with Olivia. That's when he overhears Nina, slips and falls a few minutes later. So that whole Eddie stuff was very, very, very fresh in his mind when it happened.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But I thought it was funny though when you just look at the pictures and stuff, and is that me? That's me.
That's me. Yeah, it's this weird thing where he thinks that he's been alive, I guess, in a coma, or essentially.
It's like, it's what's funny. No one has asked him, well, Eddie, you obviously haven't been dead, so where have you been the last 20 years?
Around.
Yeah.
It's just totally acceptable to him that the last however many years is just inexplicable.
A blur, huh?
Nothing. I don't have anything for it, but it's 2023 now. I know who I am. I'm sorry it's not who you think I should be. Did it. Stephanie's not sure how she feels about it, but that's okay.
And of course, Nina's going to try to manipulate it into her favor in some way.
Well, she's going to try to keep Eddie Maine around for as long as possible.
Or send him over a bridge.
Or send him to Vegas. I don't think she's going to send him over a bridge. That's not Nina's style, Ma.
Well,
you think that Nina's going to try to kill somebody?
If she had Ava with her, she might.
You would think, oh my God. They're not going to go Nina becomes a murderer route, Ma.
If her and Ava had their heads together, they might.
Because Ava's
very capable of that.
Oh, yeah, she's very capable of that, but she impulsively kills people. She doesn't plan to kill people.
I don't know. she told Austin just the other day that next time that they find a body in the stables, and that keeps messing around, it's going to be his.
That's a threat.
I
Oh, goodness
think it's
gracious.
a threat. But you know what they say? Is that a threat or is that a promise? Well, in Ava, it'd be both.
Otherworldly. I want to jump back for a second because there's two contributions here in the chat that I want to read out here. First of all, Travoy says that Trina. Where am I from? Trina, Spencer, and Esme pretty much reminds him of Diana, Charles, and Camilla love triangle from real life. Interesting. Spencer's Prince Charles. Yes. We got Diana, Trina. We got Camilla, Esme. Who's gonna win? And then Otherworldly contributes, I want us to recognize the thoughtfulness of the bar scene. Dante and Sam's presence brought up the perspectives of Trina and Spencer. So, yeah, awesome. Yeah. Like, listen to the story they're trying to tell. Don't just get mad that we're punching people and having fights, you know?
I liked it.
It is good. Anyway,
and
I wanted to shout those out.
And I loved how Dante and Sam didn't overreact the first time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when Spencer hit him the first time, you know, swung at him and hit him. Their response just was, "Hey, did you see that?" That was it.
But they're so natural together, aren't they, Ma? Dante and Sam,
they are.
They're just so real with each other.
Yes, that's why I like them together, because I don't think their storyline is all that fascinating, really.
No, I mean they're falling deeper in love because it's really working
out. They're a soap opera couple that are getting along. That can't be all that interesting for very long. But you're right, though. The ease of it is so
they're the Statler and Waldorf of couples, where they can just sit in the side like those the old man Muppets. You can just sit on the side and just do commentary over the shenanigans that's happening in front of us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I like them together. I like them together. I do. Because I like like you said, the naturalness and the ease of it.
Yeah, they really are so natural with each other.
When I watch them, it just doesn't feel like I'm watching two actors.
No, and also just in the things that they say to each other is so. I don't know. Like the thing that I relate them to a lot is this sitcom called Raising Hope. I don't know if you ever saw Raising Hope, and if you didn't,
I did not.
Stream it. You would think it's hilarious. Cloris Leachman, I think her name is. She's in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Martha Plimpton is in it. And then this dude who was on Fear the Walking Dead, Garrett Dillahunt, he's on it. Anyway, so it's this sitcom.
I've heard of it.
So it's basically the sitcom, but this couple, there's the parents on the show, Garrett Dillahunt and Martha Plimpton. Mm-hmm. Something about their chemistry together as actors, something about the relationship that they were able to portray on this show, which was basically like, we're super poor, we don't have anything, but we got each other, and that's enough for us type of deal. Like they were so unified just as the same person essentially throughout the whole show, and it was awesome to see. And I get a lot of that feeling from Dante and Sam, where all Dante has to say is just a few words and Sam knows the 50 words that means. You know, like, oh, did you see that? Sam knows that means, hey, let's keep an eye on this thing in case it gets worse. But in the meantime, this is super fun to watch. Let's pretend. Let's make up what they're saying. I hate you. You need to leave Jocelyn alone. You know.
Yeah.
Like people watching. Raising Hope was great.
Exactly.
Raising Hope was great. I really, really liked that show. I think the Nettie and Olivia experience will hold a mirror to Sonny and make him realize that what Sonny did to his family, finally, says Melissa. I doubt that. But it is very similar.
But I do think that was, that's
they have a shorthand. That's what I was trying to say in my long words. Thank you, Melissa.
I do think that Sonny has some kind of compassion for Ned, though, because he did understand what it's like to not know exactly what's going on and have some confusion.
Yeah, he was kind of there for Olivia a little bit.
Telling people telling you that you should be feeling this way about this and you should be feeling this way about these people, and he doesn't. Yeah. And I think Sonny does have a real understanding of how people think how you should be behaving and interacting, and you're not.
I think you showed that a little bit.
that Sonny invited him.
Yeah, that, and then he showed that a little bit in his conversation with Olivia too, where he's just like, "Come down a little bit, you know, you're real hard on the guy." You know? So I was really lucky because I think it was this Monday or last Monday, one of the Mondays. I had a script. I was lucky enough on our weekend. Are you still suffering from that cough?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
She said she didn't have COVID. Anyway.
I didn't. I tested twice for it. I did not have COVID. And I feel perfectly fine, except for every once in a while I got to cough like a demon.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I don't know. I got distracted because you were coughing. I was talking about stuff, but that's all right. We don't have to talk. We can just look at each other, right?
No, we were talking about Sonny and we were talking about Ned.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah.
For a minute, okay? And then it gets weird.
So I had a script.
We can look at each other for 10 seconds and then it gets weird, Matt.
I had a script. Okay. I had a script for the episode for one of these Mondays. It was the Monday where Sonny was like, "Oh, just Ned can come stay with me." That Monday. I don't know if it was this Monday or last. I don't remember. It was probably this Monday. Anyway, so I was able to follow along. I was able to follow along with the episode and look at the lines as written versus the lines as read.
Yes.
And it was an experience. It was so fun. It was so fun.
So which actors are kind of following, and who's doing it word for word? Who's kind of following and who's just falling off the rails?
Chad Duell. Word for effing word.
Oh, wow.
Word for word. It doesn't matter how off anybody else was on that scene. He says what was written for Michael.
Okay.
Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
Word for word.
Oh, wow.
All of that awesome stuff that comes out of Tracy's mouth comes from the writers.
Oh boy, they know her character then.
Well, from my understanding, there's one of the prominent writers on the staff, not the head writer, not Garza or whoever they are. I don't know their names, and I probably should at this point. But one of the very prominent ones has been on the show for a very, very, very long time, and essentially acts as the historical database for GH as much as she possibly can. So I'm thinking that those stories that are very aware of GH history are probably led by her, written by her, contributed by her, or in cases of like Tracy scenes, those might just be her baby because she has the most experience writing for that very specific sounding character.
Yeah, Tracy. I love her being back on, and I love her being such a shit disturber. I do. I love it, but I also love the tender moments, that which was with Leo, or the moments where she is supportive.
Yeah.
She's shown, yes, I am an awful old woman, but I love all of you deeply.
But I'm not that awful.
But I'm awful.
I just it was so she had that bad interaction with Leo in the stable. And if it wasn't for the fact that it was the help telling Tracy that she needed to do something different, she would have been much nicer about that advice. She would have said, "Oh, Ned, you're right. Thank you." Or whatever, in Tracy's way. But since it came from the help, the stable guy, hey, I mean, you're not, there's a special way. Be nicer, essentially.
Yeah.
You don't tell me how to raise my grandkid. I know what to do. I can buy you 8 times over, all that kind of stuff. So, I know, Kelly. I know. I didn't get the eye doctor yet. My week got totally turned upside down. I just what an unexpected week. Anyway, you're lucky I watched as much General Hospital as I did. Hey, Rochelle. You been in here before, Rochelle? I think this is the first time. At least this is the first time I remember seeing your name. So hey, happy Sunday, Matt and Mama Cat. This is my first time joining you. You look at that. Look at that. Thank you so much, Rochelle.
Glad you're here.
Cat, Mama Cat, Kelly says that you need to put me in timeout.
Oh, because of the glasses? Oh, guys, I don't know. Well, he's standing in the corner. Make sure your nose is hit. I'm on the actual ball.
I wouldn't have stood in the corner like I used to have to do as a child.
I did make you guys do that a couple of times. You got off easy. I probably wanted to beat your butt.
I just need you to get away from me. I need you out of my sight and in that corner so I can't see you to beat on you. Tracy was so sweet with Leo, and I love that Scout was so happy to see her. It gives her the soft side that she doesn't always get to show, says Stephanie. So yeah, totally.
That's what I love too. That's what I love too.
My nose was not touching the corner because my glasses were in the way. My glasses hit the wall before my nose could. There's not much. There's not much there. It's a pretty flat face. All my features are very centered in the middle too. Anyway, I did not feel any earthquakes this morning. I rarely feel earthquakes. They have to be like a 4 for me to even register them, because I've been around little shaky shakes my entire life that I really have gotten to the point where I do not register little shakes anymore.
I typically don't feel a earthquake either unless it's pretty dang close to me, and earthquakes are just not close in the Central Valley. When I lived in the Bay, I felt earthquakes a lot more than living in the Central Valley. You don't feel them over here.
Yeah, you know? I think the last one I felt was probably 3 or 4 months ago, and it was only because that happened. You know, but it was just that long.
Yeah.
So, oh goodness gracious. I think Tracy's working with one of Martin's ex-wives, and I think so too. I mean, she was on the phone with somebody because
right? she made a very secretive little phone call, didn't she?
Listen, I'm on it. Stop calling me.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think so too.
Who is it though?
So too.
I mean, okay, so if we're getting Tracy hooked into this thing, and we're getting Jackson coming to town, Jackson's clearly coming into town for deception. At this point, there's no question in my mind about why Jackson Montgomery is coming to town, and it's got to be
because he's going to be representing. He'll be representing enchantment.
Yes, and then last week somebody in the chat said that Jackson shot his scenes majorly with Felicia and with Lucy.
Yes.
And that's who was like, oh, I need your help. I need you put on your PI gloves for me and figure out what's going on.
Exactly.
And then they said they're going to go to Port Charles. So here, spoiler alert. Spoilers abound. It seems as though Lucy and Tracy might be going to Lucy and Felicia. I don't know why I want Tracy in this story so bad, because she is.
Yes, she is.
Excuse me.
She is. She is in this story.
So
and I am ready for it. I'm so happy. I'm happy that Jane Elliott came back, and I'm happy that they're giving her a storyline outside of the family.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, sort of in the family, but yeah.
Sort of, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
No, outside of the house. Outside of,
Jeannie and Sandy both agree that they hope that they cast Katie McLean as the ex-wife. I'm here for it too.
Awesome.
I am. And it's not like it's not like they don't have access to her. It's not like they're going to be like, John, can you call Katie and find out if she's available next Wednesday, please?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Because Katie McLean is married to John Lindstrom, who plays Kevin Collins on General Hospital. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh.
Did you know that, Ma?
I did know that.
Did you know that Jeannie Francis is married to Commander Riker from Star Trek?
I sure did know that too.
Oh my goodness. Did you know that Tony Geary's got a husband?
Now I do. I didn't know that a couple of months ago. But now I do. Yes.
See, I don't even want to claim any sort of sexuality for him. All I can do is just say that he has a husband. I don't know what he feels or identifies as. All I just know is that he married a dude.
Yeah.
Martin and Opal? Opal? I don't think I need to see. I don't need to see Michael Knight doing scenes with the actress who played Opal, but being exes.
If it was only antagonistic, it might be fun.
But they used to be mama and son. I don't know if I like that.
I know.
I would have been for Opal being the hummingbird cake mama. Because I don't know what it is about.
Oh, I'd have been. Oh, her as a humming cake mama would. Oh,
I don't know what it is about Michael Knight, but it's just like if he plays a character in a soap, he's got to have a mama. You can't have a mom or a mother.
I believe that actress was Dorothy Lehman or something like that.
I think that's the original one.
That's the original one. Oh, that's right. That's the original one. You're right.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the person
Oh,
who played her second, and I should. I
and I
really
don't.
should.
Yeah, I should too. We
Oh
enjoyed
man.
her so much, but I don't even know if is she still here? I don't know.
I think so.
Perhaps.
I think she's super old.
Okay.
I
Okay.
want his ex
Well, I
to
think we
be
got some kind of wife coming, and that's going to be fun to watch. There's some kind of wife coming.
Chandra. I think that's funny. Chandra says that she wants all of Martin's ex-wives to be Marion Colby, Liza Colby, and Dixie lookalikes. So basically, you just hire those 3 actresses to play his exes. Jill Larson. Thank you very much, Jeannie.
There
That's
you
totally
go.
correct. Jill
Yeah,
Larson.
Jill Larson.
Opal owned the Glamorama. Maybe Martin stole the idea from her.
Or Enchantment.
You know, we really can
And
do
what was
anything in soaps.
and what was Kendall's cosmetic company? She had a cosmetic company too. It wasn't Enchantment, it was something else. What was Kendall's cosmetic company?
Oh, I don't
Remember
know.
downstairs there was a bar
Fusion.
and they had Fusion. Yes.
Yes.
It was a fusion thing.
Kelly says that Wally and Jane's characters were in a relationship on another soap that they were on. Like, I don't know, was it like The City or something? I don't know. Because I know that I know Tracy Quartermaine was on Tracy Quartermaine, the character, was on a soap that wasn't General Hospital. Yeah, I just don't remember which one it is. I think it was The City or something. One of those like Midway spinoffs where they put like characters from.
And you're not talking about Night Shift.
No. I'm not talking about a General Hospital one. I'm talking about something else. Now tell me if I'm wrong, Chad. Come on, hurry up, Chad. Come on. Oh, goodness gracious. Tracy's actress used to be Ned's lover on another show before they were on GH. Oh my God. See, this is what happens when you're an actor.
Yeah.
Well, if Tracy and Ned can do it, I guess we can have Opal and Marty do it.
Well, I am so ready for there to be some ex-wives and some skeletons in the closet. Let's go.
Thank you very much, Rochelle. I was right. It was The City. Tracy was on The City, says Tyra. Or boom, 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 boom.
Well, there you go.
So, but was Jackson Montgomery on The City? Do Tracy and Jackson have a romantic history on a separate soap?
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That
Do they
would
know
be
each other?
super fun to include that. I am all for General Hospital, and I know that Frank Valentini kind of doesn't want this to happen. I've heard somebody say this, like in an official capacity, somebody in the know, somebody who knows, who would know, is what I'm saying. Yeah. I've heard that Frank Valentini is not interested in having General Hospital be the multiverse of ABC soaps. He's not really interested in bringing in a bunch of stuff from the other soaps to fill out General Hospital outside of One Life to Live, obviously.
Well, I think I don't think we need to be hit over the head with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that he is missing an opportunity if that is his true opinion.
So to me, and I know that I just beat this idea to death at this point because I've been saying it for 4 years, but for me, so much time has passed since All My Children that you don't need to bring in a bunch of those characters. You do these little things with Jackson, that's nice to see. But if you really want to like plug into that history a little bit, you create a new character who is related to. You take the kid characters, the Miranda Montgomery, the little A, somebody that was 3 to 5 years old when All My Children ended, have them now be Michael age and stick them in those stories. That's what I would do. Yeah. But you don't need to have, it would be wonderful to have David Hayward running around. That's one of those exceptional characters that would fit no matter what. But you don't need to bring Jackson Montgomery in full time. You don't need to bring in Erica Kane full time.
And David Hayward being there would be perfect.
Well, his character fits so well.
It fits so well because it is General Hospital. Yeah. It's a hospital show. And they can write something for David. He could be involved when the whole twin crap.
Yeah. He could have been involved in anything and everything.
They could actually mold, if they chose to, they could mold his what was it called? What was his thing called?
His serum that brought everybody back to life.
And his little company, what was it called? Something,
I don't know, Veritas or something.
Yes, something like that. Like kind of marry that a little bit. with the whole 20 thing.
You gotta, I don't know, you gotta take the legs off of the resurrection juice in some way, though, because, they changed the world with that. Well, they were close to death. So close to death. And I prevented that from happening, I think was their last ditch excuse to try to make it realistic.
And maybe it could be David Hayward that woke up Stavros last time. Because he was in a almost dead state.
Oh, goodness. I want to see it. I want to see it. And we know that Vince Irizarry is totally open to the opportunity if it were to ever come across his table.
I would love for him to be.
But anyway.
If there was one character that was, I like the idea of having somebody completely that, like a new character that we recognize the name, like you said earlier. Mm-hmm. I like that idea too. But if you're going to really bring someone into the cast, I think the best fit would be Vincent.
Yeah, if we're going for an older character, 100%. Melissa wants Bianca Montgomery to show up to date Christina, but I think that there's a 15-year age difference between those two now. Something like that. Otherworldly. Excuse me.
Both of us. Look at us. So, and there's just one.
Woo.
And there's one more thing we must talk about.
Is it Jane having to make sure that she doesn't give Wally, not Wally. Oh yeah, Wally, the lovely eyes when they started work together on General Hospital. Now that she was her son and not her lover, she had to change how she was approaching acting with Wally Girth. Is that what we needed to? David Hayward versus Valentine Cassadine for the Hands of Anna. I mean, it just works out so well. Like, sincerely, I wonder. Okay, all right, because I gotta figure this out, because there's so many people out there going, hey, why does GH want to get themselves canceled? Hey, why does GH want to be bad? Hey, why does GH want to sabotage themselves and all that kind of stuff? And I just gotta, come on, people, let's get real. Why would they want to write themselves out of the job? That would be freaking stupid. Like, the fact that you think that alarms me, by the way. Anyway.
Well, it just don't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So I try to put myself in Frank Valentini's shoes, where there's no way he doesn't know that David Hayward is an amazingly capable character to pull from the past. It would be good. People would love it. The ratings would be high. They would spike for a moment. So I'm wondering if he just doesn't feel like they would do it justice. Like, why bother? Sure, that'll spike the ratings for a week. But then Vincent's going to be angry that he doesn't get to do more, and he's going to be out when his contract is over. Why even bother? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know, but I'd like to try to think of nice things or positive things or logical things that aren't malicious that lead into the decisions that we might have made a different choice with if we were given the chair, Yeah. Whatever.
So the last thing that I thought we need to talk about.
Yes.
What do you think of Austin and Ava and all their nonsense? And are they ever going to show us who the stinking boss is?
Well, Austin, at this point, is clearly the boss.
You think he is the boss?
So you know how they're like, oh, the lady, the woman, the lady, the woman, because Austin is actually in charge, but he has never let anybody know that he's actually in charge, and he put a figurehead in that place to act on his behalf, as he pretends to not be as important as he is, as he pretends to be the Potuk doctor who just doesn't want to be involved. But he's really behind everything. All right, and this Ava stuff is too pointed. All right, we should have figured it out. And Ava, you're smart, because we should have figured it out with the Quartermain stuff. Because he came in and he's like, I'm a Quartermain. Hey, Chase, you gotta prove it. Help me prove it. Get in there and prove it. Cool, great. It didn't work out. Let me figure something else out. What do I do next? Get my claws into one of the prominent families. Starts working toward Maxie Jones. Okay, Jones, Felicia, WSB. This isn't working out either. I've tried to be good twice, and it hasn't worked out.
Yeah.
Let me start to lean back into my other tendencies. Let me directly manipulate Ava through this situation. I mean, all he had to do was give him the, hey, Maura, We've been working together for 20 years. I think it's time for our characters to finally do it. Look. And she was all over it. There was really nothing there other than people have wanted to see our faces smash. Let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that it was funny too. It was funny because when I watched it the first time, we had a news break in. Like they showed them kissing.
Yeah.
You know, where Austin kisses her. And then there was a news break in on the broadcast I was watching. And when the next scene that came on was Ava getting out the bed. I was like, well, what happened here? So it went boom, boom. Yeah. And so I rewatched it today. Yeah. There's actually quite a bit in between.
Yeah, there was so much. There was so much that I missed because of the dang news. Otherworldly wants to know, explain, please explain. I know she meant please and thank you with that, and not just a demand for me to explain. Be polite. I'll hold you to it. Explain how Mason would treat Austin this way and not know that he's the boss. That's exactly it. Mason doesn't know that Austin is actually the boss because Austin has done a great job of keeping it a secret that not even Mason knows that it's Austin.
You believe there is a figurehead,
yes,
that is just taking Austin's instructions.
Maybe not every single day. You know, it's not like he has a planned 6 a.m. call being like, all right, Susan, this is what I want you to tell Stanley on 3rd. You know, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like, who's really in charge? It's Austin. That's my theory on it, at least. And so, yeah, just Mason just doesn't know.
Reason why Austin would know that Mason is so deadly is because he does exactly what he's told and kills people for him.
Yeah, because he knows. Austin is the puppet master. Yes. Hi, Shakira. Tyrone likens this story, Austin, to wrestling. Austin would remind me of Vince McMahon. He didn't want anybody to know that he was the boss into the WWE until later on. And he really didn't until the 90s. And then on top of that, too, they also had a story with The Undertaker and his Ministry of Darkness and their higher power that they answered to for months and months and months and months and months. And guess what? When they pulled the robe, the hood off of the head of the person, this higher power, it was Vince McMahon the whole time, Ma. It was me, Austin. It was me all along.
I saw it, too.
Yes. So, anyway, with that said, go to Twitter, go to Suds in the Squared Circle Twitter. Vote on some polls that have been put up because Vinny of Suds in the Squared Circle podcast decided that you folks, you General Hospital fans, deserve July time awards because the Emmys aren't happening. So, Vinny has gathered several podcasts together, us, 10th Floor Podcast, Pier 54, Max Updates GH, Suds in the Squared Circle Podcast, and also Top Rope Radio or Ring Bell Radio. That's the one. Have all come together to create categories, to create nominees, and eventually decide on the winners of these categories and such. And as an added bonus, we're putting polls up on the Suds in the Squared Circle Twitter page for you guys to vote because your voice counts as a deciding factor to who wins these categories. So basically, you know, you got your favorite hero, Valentine Cassadine, Britt Westbourne, Rey Mysterio, or, you know, all of these different people from soaps and from wrestling blended in the same categories together. You can pick your favorite of the bunch. So then we vote. We're gonna be like, all right, Suds in the Squared Circle says Rey Mysterio. The 10th Floor says Valentine. The fans say Britt. And the person with the most votes wins the award.
And it's funny that you didn't put Drew Kane in there. He's supposed to be the biggest hero on the show, right?
He didn't get nominated from us. Thank you very much for sharing that, Chandra. So that's the Twitter page, Suds in the Squared Circle Podcast. You can also search that on Google, all that kind of stuff, come up with all that information. So you can vote there. Keep an eye on it. Vinny's going to keep you up to date with the categories, with the nominees, with the time and all that kind of stuff. And then eventually, I don't think it's going to be live because this is 6 different shows that would have to like figure out how to coordinate time across the country with each other. And it's just very unlikely to happen. But we're likely to record our presentation for it, our awards, speeches, all that kind of stuff, and you know, put that together for presentation for broadcast to everybody to enjoy.
I like it.
Yeah, so that's what's going on. Austin is Norman Bates. His mother is in charge. So it's just Austin with a wig on. Okay.
Well, all I know is I think we're going to see Roger back in the form that he does best.
Yeah.
No gooder.
Well, the two faces, not two-faced, but two faces.
Yes, the two faces.
The two faces of the same character.
The two faces of Todd.
Well, you know what? When it works, it
works.
I really think that Franco was amazing. What a great character. I hope this is Roger's big break finally, says Carolyn. I hope it's his next big break. He's had a big break in soaps. I want him to break through as Austin. This is a big Austin break. I think that is what we need. Because when it comes to the characters that Roger Howarth has played over the several years, this one really doesn't hold up to the ones that he had been playing in the past. And that's not a huge... Don't be mad at me that I said that, okay? I don't mean anything by it. It's just commentary. Yeah, thanks, Ma.
I agree with you.
I thought Tracy was the boss. Well, Tracy's always the boss. Tracy's the boss of every room she walks into.
She sure is. But Tracy's more boss of the moment. I think she's going to be more involved in the whole, the insider, not the insider trader. She's going to be involved more in the,
Deceptor.
The whole Deceptor thing.
Yes.
And the ex-wives. I can't wait to see all that.
I'm just really excited to see all that too. And then, in conclusion, when it comes to Austin and Ava, it was bound to happen. I wish that we had been able to spend more time with them before they decided to have their clothes fall off, so we can inform that decision between the two of them a little bit more. Because from my watching and from my distracted watching as well this week, admittedly, sorry Kelly, it was very much, oh my God, where's Avery? Oh good, Austin, you found Avery. What the hell were you doing with her anyway? And now we're doing it.
Yeah, so, it was like so much stress, anger, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Into sexual energy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Roger Howarth will be entertaining as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde version of Austin as the boss.
I love it.
I'm glad the chat is really taken to that as fact. So I really hope that's what we're going to get, because
I hope so too.
I think that would be probably the best way to move forward. And when have we had a big twist like that on the show recently?
And so whatever he's going to be, whatever name we can give him, it's going to be like Jekyll and Hyde. This is going to be Dr. G.H.N.
Dr. H.G.
Dr. G.H.N.
Chandra, you're right. Ava is prone to getting it on during stressful situations. Remember her and Sonny in the crypt.
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, I hope.
Let's see. I think Tracy will go down for corporate espionage, and Drew will help her, even though she has such a burr in his side. I think that if that were to be the case, Melissa, I think that if Tracy were to go down for corporate espionage, it would be Drew that uses it to get out of jail early. The boss is Pikeman. I hope not. Austin is Pikeman. That's better.
Who knows? Who knows? We don't know who Pikeman is. We don't know.
I guess we could talk about Gladys real quick too. Gladys, I keep on saying this every time she does something wrong. Is on her way out. I guess I don't know how she's going to get through this one and still be able to continue to live in Port Charles.
I don't know either. I don't know how she's going to get by with So I do think that something's going to happen with Gladys soon.
I think Gladys is going to have to find her one of two things. She needs to admit what's going on and just come clean and say, hey, this was happening. That's not going to happen, though, in my opinion, because it's the gambling addiction that she has been battling. Yep. She can't stop herself and can't admit that she has a problem, and also can't admit that she has a problem because she doesn't want to be in trouble.
Right.
Gladys is constantly avoiding getting in trouble.
And another thing too is she's really, she really is scared of Sonny.
She's very scared of Sonny. So that really only leaves one thing that Gladys can do, and that is something majorly drastic to change public perception of Sasha.
Yes, to try to make sure that she maintains her guardianship.
So she's gonna so at this point she's done, in my opinion, light betrayal.
Yes.
She took money that doesn't belong to her, but as established, Sasha's freaking loaded at this point. So it's when it comes to like, oh, you're ruining my life, she's not. She's just doing something that she shouldn't be doing and is hiding it and is scared that she's going to be found out. But at this point, Sasha's not destitute nor near it.
No.
But I think she's going to have to move into active betrayal in order to continue to keep this secret.
I think so too, and I think she's going to be desperate enough to do it. And Gladys is kind of a, you know, she's not a good person to begin with. You know, if you're collateral damage, you're collateral damage.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It's like, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, she might do something crazy. She might do something crazy, and I don't know what's going to happen after with Bonnie, you know, because I can't see how they're going to keep, if she does something really nutty.
Yeah.
I don't see how Gladys as a character can survive that.
Not unless they have some strong plan. You know, it's always what's booked next. How do you continue the character? You have to what comes after it. You know, you can have a really,
I watched her this morning on The State of Mind.
Yeah, apparently that was a really good one.
I watched it.
Like shockingly good or something.
I know it was interesting. They didn't really talk about mental illness very much. Like a lot of times they do on you know, depression or whatever, different thing that they didn't really talk about that. They talked about her career quite a bit. It was interesting that she played the wife on Time to Kill or something like that, Steven Seagal movie.
Oh, okay.
She played the wife, and she was only in the first portion of the movie because she is killed in the movie, and then he's kind of going on a rampage, you know, getting back at people. That's the Time to Kill or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, even though so it was they were saying that all the negative press and the opinions people have of Steven Seagal are spot on. He's a horrid person. He was terrible to Bonnie.
Oh, Gladys. Oh, goodness gracious. Gambling addiction runs in the family, says Chandra. There was a scene where Gladys was out with Maxie, BLQ, and Sasha, and she was playing video poker on her phone. It runs deep, folks. It runs deep.
Sure does. Sure does. I can't tell you how many times I saw back in the 90s, 80s, and 90s that I saw Mike promise, Sonny, this is the last time. This is the last time. Paid off his bookie or paid off a loan shark or stopped somebody from beating his butt, you know, and or even like had him come stay at his house for a few days because someone did beat up Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, and with that, and that happened a lot. So I could see, you know, Sonny is going to have some compassion a little bit for it, but you know, he's so done with Gladys already. I know he's never liked Gladys as a person.
No. You see, so otherworldly now is like Gladys must die. Like you got a pitchfork and is ready to go find her. It just, I don't know, because you know I would sit here constantly every week and I defend soaps for being soaps. Like, be soapy, be ridiculous, go there and be dumb. But then also at the same time, then I also feel as though like I don't want Gladys to die. I think that's extreme. That's too extreme of a choice, Sonny. Don't kill Gladys. Gladys doesn't need to die.
I honestly don't think they should kill Gladys because I don't think that should be something else to happen to Sasha.
Yeah.
What they need to do is send her out of town.
She just needs to go home. She needs to go back to wherever it is she came from.
Sonny, give her another new car, and that's your apartment over there, and that's where the city you're staying at.
Just
end of story.
Get out of town. Get out of town. But you know, maybe Cyrus will save her.
Maybe.
Because he needs to do good things in order to become a good guy.
Well, if any character on there would be, and like they want to play Cyrus of old like he used to be, Gladys be a great sidekick for him. She'd do all kinds of underhanded
I
things
mean,
for him.
she already was for a minute until
Yeah.
he was like, Brando, kill her.
Yeah. I can't kill them all.
She's like, what? Brando. Are we thinking that Maxie will buy Carly's house because Carly will have to sell it and downsize? It really does seem like Carly's going to have to go live in some shack somewhere, huh?
Well, yeah, $5 million.
And was $5 million not enough to buy back her half of the Metro Court?
Well,
I guess.
I think so, huh?
I guess. Yes.
But maybe they're like talking about like properties, holdings, everything. You know,
I don't know. Yeah,
that
just
is her,
all of her
that is
assets.
her
Like if she
estate.
were to liquefy everything, she's got five.
Yes.
Like that's what she means by savings. It's
Yes.
you know, maybe that is because I'm not a rich person, so I don't know what it means to have savings beyond a savings account. I barely know what a savings account is. So to have like holdings, to have properties in Nebraska or something that's worth so and so, which adds to my overall net value or what, I don't know what any of that means. So Carly isn't selling her house, not yet. Not yet, Daisy. We don't know what's in the future. We know that Maxie is looking.
Yep.
You know, and I also saw somebody going, "Oh my God, Elizabeth's about to move in with Finn." I don't think that's going to happen. Everybody relax. Relax. If anything, Finn and Violet are going to move in with Elizabeth. Okay? If anything. So, yeah, that's it. Miss Wu can send her to rehab. I don't think Miss Wu is interested in sending Gladys to rehab because then that would cut into tens of thousands of dollars that's owed to her.
She wants to bleed her dry first.
Yes.
And then she wants Sunny to be mad enough to kick her out of town. Then she'll be done with her.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, she wants to make sure that she completely takes every dollar that she possibly can from Sasha.
She has $5 million in her life's savings, says Daisy. Daisy says that Maxie can't afford Carly's house. I don't know, just Daisy's very, very, very sure about the financial statuses of all of these people and what they can or can't afford. You know, Maxie just went public and got millions and millions and millions of dollars.
And the Deceptor is flying off the shelves.
So I think Maxie might be in a position to be able to afford Carly's house. Maxie might actually be one of the most affluent characters on the show right now. It's hard to tell because you always have a Cassadine or a Jax or somebody. Even Jocelyn was like, "Mom, I'll give you the money." Like Jocelyn's loaded. Let's remember that Jocelyn.
And her Jax fan.
Why did Jocelyn? Wait a minute. Why is Jocelyn even in college?
Because maybe she wanted to.
She's never going to have to hold a job down in her life. I don't give a crap if she decided she wants to be a doctor. You know what she has to be? Nothing. She has to be nothing. She can be a Kardashian.
She doesn't have to be anything. She doesn't have to be anything, but maybe she's just choosing to.
Because she can afford to be a doctor. She gets to have one of the coolest, best jobs out there. How about she starts the Jocelyn Jack Scholarship Fund and helps underprivileged people become doctors, huh? How about that, Jocelyn Jacks?
Well, maybe she'll do both, like Sonny does. You know, Sonny does underhanded things.
Kill you, and I'm going to sponsor your scholarship.
There you go.
I'm going to start the Epiphany Scholarship for nursing, but I'm also going to whack that guy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Carly got the house in the divorce. I'm pretty sure it's paid off. Violet was cute setting up that date. It was very reminiscent of Michelle in Full House.
Yeah, it was very cute. It was.
In love yet? Hey Nathan, sorry you're coming in now because I'm definitely feeling the wind down. Jocelyn is not Spencer. She has ambition. Any moment Daisy takes to knock Spencer down a peg, she's going to take it. Let me tell you, Daisy Flower. If there's one person that I know that you cannot stand on this show, it is Spencer Cassadine. Yes, Violet was a cutie pie, says Lee. And you know what? Violet's always cute. I think it's impossible for her to not be cute.
She's adorable.
Like, even in real life, she's just so, like...
Adorable.
I miss working with Rebecca. Oh, with Elizabeth? No, the other Rebecca. Oh, Rebecca Booty. Yeah, my mom.
Cute.
Joss has to be a doctor because the whole family is prone to gang. Yes, they need
prone to what?
Gang violence. They need somebody to stitch up.
Yes, Melissa. I'm sure that's you.
That was Melissa.
You're right.
Harley's had 4 rich husbands. She shouldn't be hard up for money at all. You know, I was saying the same thing. I'm like, what about that Sunny alimony? That should be rolling in, right? Like that coffee business is doing well.
Yeah, that coffee business is doing well.
All right, folks, Battle of the Babies. Final thing here on the 10th floor before we get on to the elevator. Okay? Put them in a cage match, all right? Just like Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk are trying to do, is have a cage match with each other.
Okay.
On one side, Baby Ace. In the blue corner, Baby Ace Cassadine. In the red corner, Wheezy Faison. Who wins that match, folks? Wheezy Faison versus Ace Cassadine.
Oh.
I don't care if she's Bailey Lou Jones or whatever her name is. I don't care. I don't care if her name is Bailey Lou Jones.
Her square circle name is
Wheezy Faison. She will always be Wheezy Faison. She will never not be Wheezy Faison. And if the writers and if the producers and if the creators of General Hospital, once they soar us up this child to teenage years, if she does not become Wheezy Faison in her life, you have missed out entirely.
You will have some traumatic thing happen to her and have a split personality.
Not even that. Not even that. Just Wheezy. Just be Wheezy.
Wheezy face on.
Just be Wheezy. And it has to be Wheezy. It's got to be Wheezy. Oh, come on, Daisy. Come on, just play, Daisy. Just play with us. I don't care about either. Just play with us.
Well,
let's see what these people have to say. Ace will try to charm Wheezy. Okay.
That could happen.
At least Wheezy isn't sneezy. They actually got permission to have the fight at the Coliseum. Rome just wants money. Rome's just like, sure, you both collectively have more money than everybody else on the planet. Please give us some of that so you can fight each other in the middle of a Roman Coliseum. Please do this.
What has happened to our world? I don't get it.
I don't know. Melissa thinks that Ace would win, though. So that'll be the poll question next week before we get into the podcast. Is while we're in the waiting room, I'll put up the poll question of who would win in a cage match, Wheezy versus Ace. I still believe that Ace is Spencer's son and not Nick's. You know what? Interesting you say that,
And
Tyrone.
you also who did have to decide who should be that baby's manager in the corner, trying to slip them something to win.
Wiley.
Who should that be too?
Wiley. Oh goodness. By Ace, by Wheezy. Oh man, Daisy just doesn't like any of the chillins. None of the chillins. None of them.
No kiddos.
So Tyrone says, I believe Ace is Spencer's son and not Nick's, and that's interesting because I remember when Esme first came out as pregnant, I'm like, ooh, it's Spencer's, because remember they totally boned each other that one time, right? When they were fighting, and then they boned each other because they boned, and then Cameron and Jocelyn boned or something. It was just like the boning episode of people you were gonna bone that you didn't really want to bone, but you were gonna bone them anyway for the plans or whatever it was, you know? Like
Yeah.
I distinctly remember this, and I tweeted about it, and then like the entire world told me I was wrong. So I just got to assume that I dreamed it. And there's no chance or proximity of Ace actually being Spencer's and not Nicholas's. Who's Wheezy? Says Shakira. Bailey Lou Jones.
Bailey Lou Jones.
I think that's her last name.
Yes.
I don't think she's Faison or August. Bailey Lou August. I don't think that's
No.
what it is.
I'm sure she's a Jones.
Yeah, it's Bailey Louise, Maxie's kids with Peter. The one
Yes.
that Brooklyn was pretending was hers.
Yes. And
Yeah.
when she was a brand new baby, we called her Wheezy Faison.
Well, Twitter called her. Well, one person on Twitter, I don't know who it was, called her Wheezy Faison. We stole it from that person.
Yeah, we did.
We stole it. We ran with it, and we didn't give credit because I don't remember who I read it from. Sorry. If it was you, leave a comment.
There you go.
Oh gosh, but that's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. That's all I got.
Hit subscribe, like,
Yeah, if you got one of those touch screens, just...
all that stuff.
Yeah.
And my 4th of July celebration starts in 2 hours.
Well, then I guess you better start shucking hot dogs.
Yes.
You know,
Actually do need to do that.
you know, get out that plate of mayonnaise.
Yeah, we're actually
Who's
doing.
coming? Is everybody again? Everybody from yesterday coming again today?
Yes.
Wow. They visited
Yeah.
Granny yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was a
Her
great family
birthday.
time that I wasn't able to attend because I'm 500 miles away.
Yeah. So yeah, so we went to cemetery where she is, and we went out and had lunch as a family, and it is a little bit of a journey away. It's about 120 miles, I guess. And oh my word, you guys, it took me from I left here around 10.
Yeah.
I didn't get there. It's 120 miles. I didn't get there till 2:30.
My goodness.
It is horrid. It was horrid. Anyway, I'm glad I went though.
Hey, Cindus. Hi, Cindus. I know you've been here for a while. So I'm not going to say you joined at the wrong time because we're about to leave, but hi, Cindus. Cindus chats, and I'm going to read it because this is the first time I've said their name, and I owe it to them because I like to read, to honor the people who participate in the chat by reading what they write, because that's how I encourage you to continue to chat. If I didn't read it, you probably wouldn't chat as much. They could flash back and show Spencer drunk at Windermere because he did totally get wasted that one night. Getting together with Esme, we saw Harmony assault Neil in a flashback. Why can't we do this? Boom. Speaking of Harmony, I just saw her on something. I saw her on the show called Dave.
Really?
On Hulu. Yep. Inga Cadronell. She played like some sort of record executive or something. Just a royal B word, and she did it so good.
Awesome.
Well, I'm glad that you had a great time, Rochelle, on your first episode. Subscribe if you haven't. Do so now. Come on back. Join us live every Sunday at 11 a.m. We'll tell you if we're not going to be live. Keep an eye on Twitter, even though Twitter's limited right now. I hope that goes away pretty soon, and then you can just have free access to all the tweets that you want. Whatever. Elon Musk is crazy. But if in the meantime, if you do find yourself at like rate limits on Twitter and you're used to finding out information about the 10th floor there, you can still find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. You can even just email me or something if you have a question, and I'll respond to it, so long as I'm not getting 150 per day, which doesn't happen yet. So we're good. We're good. So do that. We'll try to keep in contact best we can. You can buy us a coffee. $5 chip in helps the show out. If you can afford it, it's not required. We're always going to bring this to you live Sunday mornings, absolutely free here on YouTube. But every subscription, every little $5 chip in, every little thing that you do for the show really helps us out in really, really, really impactful ways, more so than you than you see.
Yes.
So, you know what, otherworldly, I do wish that I was able to be there with the family on the 4th as well, looking at all the fireworks and visiting Granny, but wasn't able to do it. Not this time, but next time. Well, enjoy the next week of Spencer and Esme continuing to get closer.
I know.
Closer until they kiss. And Spencer goes, oops, this is what I should have done, and then leaves. And that's about as far as it'll go.
I think Esme would love to get Spencer back in her grips.
So here's the
thing.
Even
if she doesn't remember her old self.
As we're walking to the elevator and getting on the elevator and pushing the button, going back all the way down to the first floor, eventually getting into the parking lot, this is what we're going to say. We're going to say that Esme does not remember her life. She does not have memories of anything that happened to her before she stumbled across Cameron and Jocelyn, or whoever they were, or no, it was Spencer and Trina on the Haunted Star, which is now blown to smithereens and no longer exists.
Right.
She doesn't remember anything before that moment, but that doesn't change who she is.
It sure does.
So yeah, she's totally going to try to manipulate Spencer into getting back with her in some sort of family unit. I don't want to be running from you. I don't want this antagonistic thing. We used to be together. We're co-parenting this kid. Maybe I love you after all.
Mm-hmm.
And, it'll be fun.
Yes. And I think Portia, by initiating conversation with Esme and trying to be a mentor to her to a certain degree and understanding her plight, encouraging her to go to parenting classes and encouraging Spencer to be invited too. Oh my gosh, that's Portia trying to make sure that get away from my daughter.
Yes. And Alexis is also on Esme's side. I got a soft spot for that girl.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, boom, boom. Anyway, get out of here. Go back to your car. There's no active threats to your lives right now because Austin is pretending to be a good guy still, and Pikeman, He's over somewhere else, East Coast or West Coast or something like that. So you're safe. Get into your car, turn your radios to previous episodes of the 10th Floor, which you can find on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. And if for some reason you can't find the show, you are doing something wrong. But that's okay.
It's
You
pretty
can reach out to me.
easy to find now.
But that's all right. You can reach out to me at Twitter at 10th Floor GH, 10th Floor GH. Send me a message direct me a message or whatever. Ask where can I find it, or you can email us at 10thfloorgh@gmail.com. Send you in the right direction. And that's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
That's
all I
it.
got for you. We'll be here again next Sunday, 11 a.m. Go spend some time with your families. I've been Matt.
And I've been Kat.
And we'll catch you next time right here on the 10th Floor. Goodbye.
Bye.